I'm in the hospital again. The same thing as last time. Fuck. Eating diet food and shit and working out, still get sick. Got your boy hooked up to all these IVs, machines, all this shit. Shit sucks. But I'm down 20 pounds, so that's a plus. So as soon as I get out of here, I'm going right back to the gym to keep it going. Ain't shit stopping me. It was good, everybody. Welcome to the channel. Make sure you hit that subscribe and like button directly below this video or in the bottom corner of this video, depending on if you're on an actual computer or a smart device. But I'm back, finally, uploading a video to the channel for you guys. I know you guys have been wondering where I've been. The last few days, I've been in the hospital, weirdly enough. I had some complications with my diet and being a type 2 diabetic. So I'll have to make some adjustments, but still sticking to my plan of getting down to 180, just making some minor adjustments to what I'm eating. So I am gonna have to switch up my one meal a day from just being specifically keto based to less fat and still low carb, but less fat, and I'll explain why. So if you guys, I know some of you might be watching because you want to see how quickly it takes me to get to lose my insulin resistance, or type 2 diabetes, another way of referring to insulin resistance. Usually I've done this before, not this specific 1 meal a day plan, but I've dieted down before to 220, and around 220 is when my body can actually regulate its own blood sugar. So even if I do eat excessive carbs, my blood sugar stays in the normal range, which is about 140 or below is the normal range, if you didn't know. So what happened to me this weekend? So what happened is, like you guys have been watching in my videos, the diet and workouts have been great. I've been gradually increasing my workouts to longer and longer spans of cardio. So at that time, I've been doing about 6 to 7 miles a day of in between running and weightlifting. So, and for some reason, I kept feeling worse and worse every day. At first, I contributed it to just me being out of shape and just starting my workout routine. So I was just blowing it off and just pushing through it, you know what I mean? But I'd actually gone into what's called DKA, diabetic ketoacidosis, earlier this year, back in September, while I was dieting also. What that means is, I'll explain quickly. If you really want to get detailed information about it, you can Google it. There's a bunch of YouTube videos about DKA, or diabetic ketoacidosis. But what happens in a normal person, say for instance, you eat any type of food, even healthy food, you'll get an insulin spike. Your insulin tells your body to absorb the food you ate, and all that, the nutrients from the food you ate gets pushed into your cells. That's how you get energy. That's how the body works in a normal person. What's happening in my body, and anybody else you might know that has type 2 diabetes that's insulin resistant, is my body's making insulin like it's supposed to, but my body doesn't care. My body is not responding to my insulin production. So when I eat food, especially carbohydrates, they get turned into glucose. Of course, glucose is sugar in the bloodstream, and then when that gets converted into glucose in my body isn't responding to the insulin, telling it, hey, he just ate, we've got energy in the bloodstream, put it into the body, into the cells. it's just sitting inside my body. And that's not a good thing, because that raises your blood pressure, raises your blood sugar. When you have high blood sugar, it can cause all different problems inside the body. So usually people with my condition have to take insulin or one of several other medications you can take to fix the problem. All the different medications address it in a different way. So, and that's how you get high blood sugar in a person with type 2 diabetes. Now, me doing the keto diet, which works great. The keto diet was actually, it was helping, but when I actually got into ketosis, which when you get into ketosis from not eating any sugar or carbs, you lower your insulin levels. So in a normal person, which would still be good because your body, even though you have a little bit of insulin, your body still responds to it. So it's still gonna do what it needs to do with the food in your system. So, and we all know, anybody who has done their research about keto, you know, the whole thing about keto and the keto diet is you're teaching your body to switch from using carbs for fuel to fat for fuel. So in this process, what's happening in my body is when I eat my keto meals, my insulin stays low because I'm not eating excess sugar. Sorry, guys. But so my body already doesn't react to my normal insulin levels. So doing the keto diet, which lowers my normal insulin levels even more, my body reacts like there's no insulin at all. So instead of just a little reaction, it acts like there's no insulin at all, almost as if I'm a type 1 diabetic. So what happens is my body starts to build up what's called ketones, which is how your body releases your fat that sits on your body. When you don't eat carbs, it releases that into your bloodstream for fuel. But my body's not listening to the insulin telling it, hey, he's putting ketones into his blood for fuel. Let's use those since we don't have any sugar. So that's just building up in my bloodstream. And if you don't know, ketones are very acidic. So if I'm just sitting there creating ketones by doing the keto diet, my blood acid levels are rising and rising and rising. And that's very dangerous. Also, that's what DKA is. Your blood becomes too acidic. So, and that makes you feel sick, feel tired, vomiting, dizziness, sensitive to light, all different types of stuff. So when I started feeling that, I went to the hospital. Sure enough, I was in DKA. So they had to hook me up, and the easy fix for it, if you're a type 2 diabetic, is they just hook you up to some water. They just hook you up to an IV, start giving you water, nutrients, and of course insulin. So they have to increase your insulin to get your body to start absorbing those ketone bodies, and that fixed it. So, but they held me for a few days just to monitor me, make sure everything was still good, and then they released me. But so I feel great. I am gonna have to make a few changes. I did do a weigh-in, funny enough, the day that I went into the hospital. So I did add that in here, and I am still losing weight at a great rate. It was another big weight loss. So you guys will see that at the end of this video. And again, all the equipment I use is in the description directly below this video. I also added some links, if you didn't notice, to some books that I use. One book I really love is a book about strength training anatomy. It actually gives really detailed pictures of your muscle structure. Gives you ideas of different workouts you can do to work different muscle groups. And on each workout, it shows which major muscle group is being worked, and all the secondary muscle groups that exercise is using. I use that a lot. Also, I get there's some books on the actual keto diet itself, keto diet recipe books, low carb recipe books, and I'm gonna keep adding those in because I read a lot. So I'm gonna start adding in some books that I read that I think are good for you guys to check out. Because like I said, I want you guys to learn from the videos that I'm creating. Maybe they'll help you in your journey. And also all the fitness equipment, all the instruments I use, like the weight scale, blood sugar, blood ketone meter, links to the blood ketone strips, links to the blood sugar strips. Everything is always going to be in the description below all the videos referencing this on my page. I also put a link to the playlist. If you haven't checked out all the previous videos, go ahead and watch the playlist, and you can watch all of those videos. I appreciate you guys who come to my channel, subscribe, like, leave comments, ask me any questions if you have any questions. Also, appreciate you guys watching all my videos from start to finish. I know some of them are a little longer, but I try to squeeze in, try to make them as short as possible, but I like to get all my thoughts in each video. So appreciate you guys again, and I'll see you in the next video. All right, guys. Again, this is episode 7, day 6. Previous day, the scale said I gained 3 pounds, which I'm sure was due to me drinking a bunch of water and not weighing myself till after my workout, which normally I weigh myself first thing in the morning before I eat or drink anything. So that weigh-in was kind of skewed, but nonetheless, I'm not letting the numbers on my scale, good or bad, distract me from my end goal. So just keep pushing, keep doing what I know works, and let's see what I weighed today. Again, when I first started this whole series, I weighed 258.7. So let's see what I weighed today. All right, let's do it. Nice. That's a good weigh-in. See if we can pick up my heart rate. Okay. Well, I'm definitely happy with that weigh-in from yesterday's weigh-in. That's a 8-pound weight loss. That's awesome. I love seeing big numbers. And in total, from the time I started, that's 18 pounds down in 6 days. So that's awesome. And again, like you saw the features that the scale does, from body fat percentage, shows you a graph of weight loss, which mine is kind of off because multiple people weigh on this scale, so it's not sure who's getting weighed in, but it does several features. And I have a link to this weight scale and some other health equipment I use below in the description of this video. So if you guys want to pick up a really accurate, high quality scale for yourself, I definitely suggest this Withings Smart Body Composition Scale. But I will see you guys shortly. And again, I'm happy with that weigh-in, especially after yesterday's 3-pound weight gain. So 8-pound weight loss is definitely a plus in my book. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. All right, so that was the weigh-in. As you can see, I'm almost in the 230s. Super happy about that. As you know, insulin that I'm taking now, I'm having to take a little bit of insulin just until I reduce my body weight a little bit more. And I'll let you know when my doctor okays me to stop taking insulin. For the time being, I'll let you know what I adjust on my diet. Insulin's known for making you retain water. So I know this will probably slow my weight loss a little bit, but I'm going to just reduce my salt, make sure I keep my carbs as low as possible. Only carbs I'm getting right now, guys, are just the naturally occurring carbs that are in the green and red vegetables that I'm eating. And I'm mainly sticking to green vegetables. My favorite vegetables are broccoli, spinach, green beans. Those are gonna be my go-to vegetables. Avocado, stuff like that. But I'll see you in the next video. Make sure you hit that subscribe and like button directly below this or in the corner of the screen. You can check out my playlist of the older videos right below this video. All the links to all the equipment and books that I suggest you guys pick up are in the description box also. And thanks you guys for watching. Talk to you later.